All right, let's jump right in. We are about to pull back the curtain on something huge, a blueprint for a whole new global economy. And the craziest part? It's a system that's been hiding in plain sight, and it's getting ready to completely rewire how pretty much everything, goods, value, even trust, moves around the world. This isn't just an idea, it's already happening.
And it really all starts with this quote, which should make you stop and think for a second. When it says super platform, think of the big guys, your Amazons, your Alibabas. Now try to imagine almost half of a crucial global ingredient. This stuff is in everything from your food to your makeup, moving completely off their radar. This is our first clue that there's a massive parallel economy already humming along.
So what's fueling this whole new thing? Well, it's a huge problem, but it's also a massive opportunity. We're going to call it the golden gap. And understanding this gap, well, that's the key to everything.
Okay, so invisible value leakage. What does that actually mean? It's pretty simple, really. It's when the folks who actually grow the crops, or farm the seaweed, or create the resource, they end up with just a tiny fraction of the price you and I pay in the store. All that value, it just leaks away, absorbed by a long chain of middlemen and giant platforms. This is the exact inefficiency that this new Silk Road is designed to fix.
And this chart right here just shows you how massive the problem is. I mean, look at this. Countries like Indonesia and Malaysia, they hold 38% of the world's halal biodiversity patents. That's literally the source code for these products. And yet they capture less than 9% of the final market price. That huge difference you see between those two bars, that is the golden gap. We're talking billions and billions of dollars in lost value for the people who create it.
Now, for any new system like this to actually work, you need more than just producers. You need a powerful, engaged, and ready consumer base. So let's shift gears and look at the foundation this new economy is being built on right here in North America.
Just check out this number for a second. Nearly $47 billion. That is the revenue generated just last year from Muslim-owned small and medium-sized businesses in the U.S. alone. This is not some tiny niche market, folks. This is a full-blown economic powerhouse, and it's already here, already thriving.
And what's really fascinating here is the diversity. We're not just talking about corner shops. 44% of these businesses are in infrastructure and support. We're talking logistics, tech, the actual backbone of an economy. Then you've got 35% in consumer goods, followed by finance and media. What you're looking at is a mature, complex ecosystem that's perfectly positioned to plug into a new global network.
And if you thought the business side of things was big, just look at the consumer side. Over $170 billion. That's the spending power of Muslim households in the U.S. This is the demand. This is the giant pool of capital that's just waiting to be connected, directly and ethically, with producers all over the globe. So the real question is, how do you build that bridge?
So we've laid out the problem. That's the golden gap. And we've seen the foundation, that powerful North American market. So now, let's get to the solution. And this is about way more than just a new app. This is about fundamentally recoding the entire logic of global trade.
And here is the core idea, the big shift. The old way is a giant, centralized platform that basically takes a cut from everybody who uses it. The new model, it's a decentralized network that's actually owned and run by the producers themselves. It completely flips the pyramid upside down, putting the power and the profits back in the hands of the people creating all the value in the first place.
So these principles are absolutely crucial to get. It's decentralized, so no one company can control it. It's producer-owned, so the money flows back to the source. And it builds trust, because the supply chains are totally transparent. And get this, this isn't just about feeling good. Stores that are built on this kind of ethical storytelling, they're already converting 2.3 times higher than stores on the old platforms. Trust, it turns out, is incredibly profitable.
Okay, this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But how does it actually work? I mean, how do you really connect a farmer on a remote island to a customer in a city like Toronto without all those old middlemen? Let's trace these new trade routes.
So the first model uses a piece of tech that, we've all heard of, but maybe haven't seen used quite like this, the blockchain. But forget all the hype and speculation. In this system, it's used for something incredibly practical, proving something is authentic and making sure people get paid fairly. Let's just follow a single product on its journey. So a farmer in Ambon, Indonesia, harvests some spices. The local co-op creates a unique digital certificate, an NFT, that proves exactly where it came from. Now, as that container travels across the ocean, every time it gets scanned at a new port, a smart contract automatically sends a royalty payment straight back to that farmer's digital wallet. By the time it lands in Toronto, that product has a story you can trace, one that's 100% verifiable. Now, the second model, this one is even more radical. It asks a really simple question. Why are we shipping giant, heavy containers all over the world when we could just be shipping weightless lines of code? This is all about next-level efficiency and sustainability. Okay, picture this. A brilliant fashion designer in Kelantan, Malaysia, comes up with a beautiful new design. Now, instead of dealing with all the headaches of manufacturing and carbon-heavy international shipping, she just exports the digital design file. Instantly, a microfactory in Texas receives that file and produces the garment right there, on demand, super close to the final customer. It's a design once, produce near model.
And the results? They are absolutely transformative. Just look at this side by side. With this digital export model, profit margins can skyrocket from a typical 18% to a whopping 54%. The carbon footprint from shipping? It gets slashed by 67%. And the supply chain goes from being a total black box to being completely clear and transparent. It is, without a doubt, a total game changer.
So, what we've just walked through isn't just some theory or a business plan. It's a living, breathing blueprint for a global trade system that's more fair, more efficient, and more ethical. And that brings us to the most important part of all. What does this mean for you?
This is really the question, isn't it? We have the technology, the lines of code, we have the amazing products, the containers of spices, and we have the community, the connection, the containers of faith. It's all crossing the same ocean, but it's traveling on totally new routes powered by trust and technology. So the only question left is, what will you build? If any of this has sparked an idea, there are some really concrete ways you can get involved right now. We've put it all right here for you. Whether you want to see the technical diagram or you're a developer or a designer who wants to connect, take a look. And definitely make sure you subscribe, because in our next deep dive, we're going to explore the financial engine that's going to power this whole system. Thanks so much for watching.